now know that it's only a single liberal activist judge, Lynn Edelman, who has had the power to put the law on hold. The Supreme Court's found it constitutional at the U.S. level. We now know the Wisconsin Supreme Court, with a minor tweak, has found it constitutional in Wisconsin as well. So I hope it'll happen, but I'm certainly not predicting it will. Well, first of all, we know that voter ID is the law in states all around the country. They have had no issues with it. I was just with the Speaker of Indiana, who was telling me that they have had voter ID for years and it has not caused any substantial problem. They still have a high voter turnout using voter ID. Barack Obama was able to win the state. Now we see that the opportunity for making sure we don't have voter fraud should go all across the country. So I think it's an issue that Democrats really use just to gin up their base. It's a made-up issue. We have seen no examples of voter disenfranchisement, especially with the tweaks that the Supreme Court's putting forward, where now anybody will be able to get an ID with no out-of-pocket costs.
Justice Shirley Abrahamson said in her decision, it resembles far more Jim Crow than it does James Madison, the framer of our Constitution.
Well, that's exactly one of the outrageous things, and it's all about hyperbole and exaggeration. Just as an example on the nursing home voting, all we did was to make sure that when people vote, there's somebody there to witness it, so you can't have one person collecting all kinds of votes for the candidate that they favor. I mean, those are the kind of things that are just common sense reforms. Shirley Abrahamson has been liberal since she was appointed to the bench, and this is just another example where she is using her own decision as opposed to the constitutionality of it, because the Supreme Court has been clear in saying it's constitutional, and now so has even swing Justice Crook saying the exact same thing.
The question, though, that you hear asked is, where is the evidence of voter impersonation fraud? Where is the evidence? Why do we need this if we don't have evidence that supports it?
Well, first of all, we don't have a law in place that even allows us to really track whether or not it's occurring. That's the frustration that many of us have. Almost every single person who walks up to vote has an ID in their back pocket or in their purse. They can bring it out, show the public, and it's not a problem. I think that we have no idea if fraud is occurring, and especially in a lot of elections where they're decided by tens or hundreds or, you know, a few hundred votes, wanting to make sure that that person wins without a doubt is something that's a very easy step to follow. We have said from the very beginning that there is no constitutional right to have forced union membership in the state, and they have now shown that that's not true. We've won at the federal level, we've won at the state level, and hopefully, finally, liberal activists can put that behind us.